welcome back to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill, and today we're going to be looking at two different shoes. The first one is the Air Jordan 14 Low Terracottas that was a collaboration done with Clot. The second is another Clot collab with Nike, and this is the Nike Air Max 1 Kiss of Deaths. Let's take a sneak peek. And welcome back to another unboxing and review. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up at the end, as well as feel free to leave me any comments or questions down below. Hit that notification bell because we have a ton of heat coming out that I don't want you guys to miss out on, as well as be sure to check that join button because we've got a ton of membership perks that you are going to absolutely love, as well as our membership store. Be sure to check that out as well. So today we're going to be looking at two different shoes as mentioned earlier. First, we are actually going to be starting with the Clot collab on the Air Jordan 14 Low Terracottas. Then we're going to dive into the Clot collab that was done with Nike, but on the Air Max 1s, and these are the Kiss of Deaths. All right, so then we're going to talk about sizing for the Jordan 14s versus the Air Max 1s. I have not done an Air Max 1 yet on the channel, so definitely stay tuned for the sizing portion on that. Then we're going to hop into styling. I was able to have so much fun with these two different colors. I think these are great spring colorways. So definitely was having some great selections that I paired with both versions of each of these silhouettes. Then we're going to conclude with how both of these shoes are doing on the resale market. As you guys know, the OG silhouettes in 2006 for these Air Max 1s are going for a pretty penny these days. So you'll definitely want to stick around to see how much these are both going for. All right, so let's jump into this Clot collab that was done on the Air Jordan 14 Low Terracottas. So elements of this terracotta was inspired by warrior armor plates that were unearthed in 1974 with the discovery of China's first emperor's grave. Very interesting history. If you guys don't know, I actually have a degree in history. Love it. I'm obsessed with it. But this basically has inspirations with colorways such as the sepia stone, desert sand coloring scheme going on here throughout, as well as Terra blush. So I think those are just some great earthy tones that really work well with different clothing options that you guys will definitely get to see in the styling section. So we're gonna look at the toe box here, which is this nice, just smooth suede in that sepia stone color scheme. And then we've got that desert sand look on the tongue, again with that suede texture. And as we move up, we've got some woven material here, and then some touches of accents on the clot in that terracotta blush tone, which is quite nice. It really is subtle, but it really does pop. Then we've got some matching laces and that just neutral creamy color to really go perfectly with that tongue. So let's take a closer look at those details. the side panels, we've got more of this beautiful suede and detailing going on the medial and lateral side of the shoe. Again, in that sepia stone coloring scheme, and that wraps around all the way to the back of the heel. And as we get to the back of the heel, we've got this nice rubberized Jordan logo on the back. And oh, I almost forgot to mention, the shape of this tongue is supposed to resemble a scroll, which is quite cool. It actually literally looks like a scroll from the top, as you can see there on the details on the side. But I just thought that was like a nice little key to add there. So the Chinese idiom for prosperity and happiness is manifested through the traditional knot that we're seeing here, and coin hanging off of this heel. So this is meant to give the wearer prosperity and good fortune. So definitely was thinking about whether or not I should keep this on, but it looks like this is a good luck charm. So definitely, if you're planning on playing basketball in these shoes, this is supposed to help you in your game, which is quite interesting. And then as we move to the bottom of the midsole, one of my favorite parts of the shoe that just really pops is that Terra blush color scheme. It is so vibrant, it's so different, but it's just such a beautiful tone. It's actually one of my favorite colors, so I'm so happy to cop the shoe because I just think it's a beautiful colorway. Then as we look in the insole, we've also got that blush color scheme there as well. And then we're gonna finish off the shoe again with that sepia kind of brown beigeish look. All right, so now let's take a final up close and personal look at the 14. All right, so now I want to move over to the Nike Air Max 1 Kiss of Death. I've actually never done an Air Max 1. I was very excited to do the 14s just because you guys probably already know this was my very first Jordan that I ever owned. But I do love the ones. I just haven't really spoken and unboxed and reviewed any recently, but I do own a few pairs. This one is so unique, so I was very excited to get this in hand so I could do an unboxing for you guys. But this was originally released in 2006, so it's been a minute since we've seen this kind of exact resurrection of that colorway and whole theme with Clot. But Edison Chen had just founded the Clot brand 3 years prior to when he did his collab with Nike in 2006. And that really kind of structured and built their relationship. And that's why to this day, we're really seeing these amazing collaborations that they've continued to do with each other. But there were just some subtle tweaks from that original version done in 2006 that we're seeing on this version. But when I look at it on paper, I mean, it looks so similar. The price point will definitely help you decide which version you probably want. But this also still draws from the traditional medicine philosophies that the first one originated from. And I'm gonna actually look at the outsole because this is really one of the cool parts of the shoe. And I don't really know a lot of shoes that have so much detail, but you'll see there's a foot there. And that actually pays homage to reflexology. And so there's shades of yellow, green, pinks, and blues that highlight different stress points of the foot. And so that's why you've got all those different color variations on the bottom there. So let's just take a quick close-up look on that foot on the bottom of the outsole. right, so that outsole is just so beautiful. It's covered with that kind of icy, slightly translucent caging system going on there. As we make our way up to the midsole, we've got this bright pop of this orange coloring scheme. And then we're gonna move up to the detailing on that suede, which is just a nice beige tone. I love the red hues. They're intermixed as accents, and the orange kind of tones, they're overlaid on top of those red accents. We've got just this beautiful patent Nike swoosh on the medial and lateral side of the shoe as we wrap around to the heel. Again, we've got this nice embroidered look with that Clot logo on the back of the heel counter, and then just some nice overlays of that beautiful red leather on the back. As we work our way to the front, this is probably my favorite part of the shoe, and that is the clear toe box. This is the toe box that is going to allow you to have some crazy sock styling going on. And then we've got those perforated holes on the front there, and you can see through to the insole of the shoe with the Chinese writing there. Working our way up, we've got some nice just tan laces with, again, a nice genuine leather red tongue that then goes into some nubuck suede with some hints of that just bright pop of green for the Nike Air. And then as we work our way to the insole, we've got some more Chinese writing in there and a nice foot. And the insoles basically represent pressure points for the inspiration. So it's definitely showing all the pressure points that have to do with the foot, which is quite interesting. I mean, the details on these shoes are just so intricate. So definitely going to show you guys some closer looks on those specific details. Let's get to it. All right, so now I want to talk about sizing for both of these. I stuck true to size. I'm a 7.5 in Air Max 1s, and I'm a 7.5 in the 14. So I wouldn't say size up or size down, just stay true to size in both. All right, so now let's jump into styling. So for each outfit, I chose 3 outfits, but both shoes were worn with each individual look. So both of these colors are just, you know, they've got a nice neutral base, so I had fun with it. There's nice hints of color and little tiny accents throughout each of these different color variations, so I had fun kind of pulling from them both. So for the first look, I decided to bring some plaid into play, and the plaid had different color variations, tans and browns and beiges, orange hues, red hues, and underneath that plaid skirt that I wore, I just wanted to pair something simple. So it was a white button-down shirt, and then I layered that again with a brown plaid coat. I think that both shoes go well with brown and beige color tones, so that's why I went with that first look, but I kind of wanted to give you guys just a dressed up fun version.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chatting the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me I'm awesome. Yeah, hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch man, please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one, man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out.
So for the second look, I decided to wear just an all gray sweatsuit, and that's just a Jumpman Jordan's jumpsuit with some red detailing. Both shoes have some red details in it, so I definitely wanted to accent the look with some red details on that second option.
Cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees, came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
All right, so for the last and final look, I wore just a nice creamy toned dress that was buttoned down, and I paired that with a Stussy cream toned hat that's a bucket hat, and I feel like those cream tones just really kind of helped accentuate both of these shoes, but kind of stepped back and made these shoes both the centerpiece to stand out.
I'm chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
And so now I want to talk a little bit about socking, since these shoes are definitely shoes that you're going to want to really have fun with your socks. Not that the 14s are not the type of shoe that you can't have fun with as well, but just the fact that you can actually see through into your toe here. Definitely had some fun styling these. So for the first look, I wore some long Tabio brown socks. I think brown really accented these shoes so well, and I loved how the brown really showed through the toe box here with those beige tones. For the second sock, I wore some orange Stella McCartney socks, which actually matched the midsole perfectly. So definitely was my favorite sock, I think, that I paired with this specific shoe. And then for the last and final sock, I wore a cream sock just because I think cream goes so well with both of these colorway options.
I do. I'm OMW. Watch me walk away, putting myself on display. 1, 2, 3 a day. I'm on my way, on my way. I'ma have you on tiptoes, watching my diamond afterglow. I know you wanna take me home. I'm on my way, on my way. OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW, OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW, on my way, on my way. They wanna judge me, I'll testify. Catch me on Insta, I'm verified. They want me quiet, I amplify. I'm on my way to the best thing that you've ever seen. You know that you bow to the queen. You lose all your senses and reason. I'll give you something to believe in. OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW, OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW, on my way, on my way. On my way, on my way. Yeah, OMW, nothing left to prove. So enjoy the view, taking a picture like Malibu. I'ma have you on tiptoes, watching my diamond afterglow. I know you wanna
right, so now let's conclude with resale and how both of these shoes are doing. So let's start with the Clot 14s, which retailed at $200, and they are currently going between $210 to $300. The Air Max 1s, which retailed for $150, are currently going for $190 to $275. But to just give you guys an idea of how well the version from 2006 is doing, those shoes retailed at $100 back in 2006, but they're going between $1,500 to $5,250. So just to keep that in mind, those are doing super well. These are so relatable in the image. I almost feel like they're so identical. With some subtle tweaks to this newer version, but definitely so much good resale value on those 2006 versions of the Kiss of Death. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in again to another one of my unboxings and reviews. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you guys have any comments or questions about the looks that I brought to the table today, or if you have any questions about either silhouette, be sure to leave those down below, as well as hit that notification bell because we have so much heat coming out. I don't want you guys to miss out on it, as well as be sure to check out that join button. We've got a lot of membership perks as well as our merch store. All right, this is ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. We will catch you on the next video.